Someone submitted the question, will it affect me going to heaven being gay? And the answer is absolutely not. No. And I want to first start by saying salvation is not something we do, it's something God does. That's very clear in Scripture. God's grace and salvation is not something that is affected by who we are. It is a gift that is offered to us without price. And so the idea that we can, the idea that we exist in the world, how we were made, would somehow affect our salvation is not true. So no. And I think that the idea that somehow being gay endangers our salvation is often perpetuated through Scripture, and specifically, a scripture in Leviticus or Romans or Corinthians that is taken out of context, that is not critically thought about, and is applied universally. And so I think that the idea that homosexuality specifically is incompatible with Christian teaching is not true. I don't believe that at all, because I think that that's a poor reading of Scripture. And in fact, we have a whole podcast series on this. So if you're interested in that, that'd be helpful. I'd encourage you to look at our YouTube channel. And then ultimately, I think that if we are in relationship with God, it is a gift, right? This idea of grace. I also want to say that I think God is constantly pursuing us, and so that this pursuit, this prevenient grace, means that before we even sin in any capacity, God's love is already at work in our life. And so I just want to encourage us to be real careful about saying, will this or will that keep us from receiving salvation? Because ultimately that puts a lot of stock and pressure on how we live. And salvation is ultimately about what God is doing in the world. And so, no, I don't believe being gay is a sin. No, I don't believe that it is going to cost you your salvation. And ultimately, I believe that God has been at work in your life. You are who you are, and you are fully loved by God. And that is enough. And so if you're having anxiety about this, if you're worried about your salvation, I would encourage you to take a deep breath and meditate on God's love being enough. And if that, doesn't do it for you, I really want to sit down and have coffee with you, because I really believe that you being gay has no bearing on God's love for you, your effectiveness in the world, your ability to shine and flourish and reflect the Imago Dei back to others. And so I hope you see that in yourself.